Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you've been following this massive shift to electric vehicles, you have definitely heard of range anxiety.
Mm-hmm. That fear.
Yeah, that gnawing fear of your battery dying miles from anywhere.
Right.
Today, we're cutting right through that noise and focusing on a very concrete solution that's emerging to tackle this problem head on.
We did. We dove into some really detailed source material on a specialized emergency EV service. It's based out of Sacramento, California.
And it really is a blueprint. So our mission today is to unpack the practical logistics, the specific tech, and the clear economic math that makes this new model work.
We want to give you that aha moment, how this
Right.
is being managed today, not in theory, but right there on the street.
Exactly.
And, if we can just frame the whole discussion, the central insight from all the operational data is this.
Go on.
When an EV runs out of power, it's a battery problem. It needs special charging equipment. It's not a general breakdown problem for a tow truck.
A battery problem, not a tow truck problem. I
Right.
like that.
That specialization, that's the key to their entire value proposition.
Okay, let's unpack that. Let's jump right into the core issue here, the need for speed.
Right.
Traditional roadside assistance is, let's face it, slow, but these sources show this mobile EV model is built entirely around getting there fast.
Speed is the whole differentiator. Their core promise is emergency roadside EV charging with a guaranteed response time of just 30 to 45 minutes.
And that's 24/7.
24/7. And their own data says the average response is actually 35 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, when you compare that to waiting around for a flatbed tow, it's revolutionary.
And that speed, it comes from being aggressively local, right?
Hyperlocal, yeah. The model works because it's centered on Sacramento, focusing on that whole metro area, Roseville, Folsom, Elk Grove.
So they have a tight service radius.
A rigorous 30-mile radius.
Ah.
They're not trying to cover all of California. They're optimizing for a guaranteed rapid response in one specific zone.
And the process itself sounds incredibly smooth.
It's designed to be, as frictionless as possible. It starts with just a call or a text. You get an instant SMS confirmation.
And then the modern element kicks in.
Exactly. The real-time GPS tracking of your technician. You see them on a map. You know exactly when they'll get there inside that guaranteed window.
So they arrive, they charge you, you drive away. But let's be really clear about what charge means in this context. It's not a full battery.
No, absolutely not. That would be completely impractical. This is what they call emergency range recovery only.
Just enough to get you to the next station.
Just enough charge to safely reach the nearest fixed charging station. It's about solving the immediate problem, not replacing infrastructure.
That makes sense. But why is that rapid response so much more critical for an EV? I mean, if I run out of gas, I can wait a couple hours. It's annoying, but fine.
The stakes are just different, logistically and financially. A totally dead EV battery can be, much trickier to move without the right gear. We'll get to the whole towing trap later.
Wow.
But the crucial thing is the guarantee. The company's model says if their mobile charger can't get your EV moving again, for any reason,
You don't pay.
you pay $0. That high-stakes promise forces them to be reliable and fast. It shifts all the risk away from the driver who's already having a bad day.
That is a huge commitment. Okay, so let's move into the nuts and bolts, section 2. The technology and the service packages. You can't just, strap a generator to a truck and go?
Not if you want to be professional. The blueprint is very clear. They use professional-grade AC Level 2 charging equipment.
Supervise at all times.
And yes, it is generator-powered, and that's a very deliberate technical choice.
Okay, let's pause right there. Because for someone who's not deep into EV tech, level 2 charging might sound slow. Why not use a DC fast charger, a level 3, for max speed?
That is a great question, and it's to the heart of the technical trade-offs here. A DC fast charger, or level 3, needs incredibly heavy, bulky, and expensive equipment. And the power draw is just massive and instantaneous.
But not exactly portable.
Trying to run that off a mobile generator is impractical, inefficient, and honestly, potentially unstable. Level 2, while slower than level 3, is super reliable, much lighter, and it plays nicely with the generator.
So for just getting a few miles of range.
It's the perfect balance. You
Yeah.
get a reliable, safe boost without needing an 18-wheeler to carry the charger. It's about reliability over raw speed.
That clarifies the logistics. And of course, with all the different EVs on the road now, Tesla, Rivian, the legacy brands, you need universal compatibility.
Absolutely. You have to be able to help any EV owner. The standards they operate under mean their units support all the major plug types: J1772, CCS, and Chademo.
So they cover everyone.
Everyone. And they specifically carry Tesla adapters, so they're ready for the entire market, from a brand new truck to an older Nissan Leaf.
That readiness is non-negotiable.
Oh.
So how do they charge for this? The sources talk about a flat upfront pricing model.
Which is a huge break from the old way of doing things.
No more mystery tow bills.
Exactly. That transparent fixed pricing is critical for reducing your anxiety when you're stranded. The service is tiered based on how long you need to charge.
It seems like their philosophy is, pay for the time you need to get moving again.
Precisely. Let's outline the packages. They start with the shortest one, the Quick Rescue.
Okay.
That gives you up to 15 minutes of supervised level 2 charging. It's for when you just need a little nudge to get to a charger that's like a mile away.
Then there's the middle option.
The Standard Rescue. The data shows this is their most popular choice. It's up to 30 minutes of charging, which gives you a much more comfortable range buffer.
And for the worst case scenario.
If you're really low or the nearest station is far away, there's the Extended Rescue. That's up to 45 minutes of charging. It's a very clean, structured model.
You know the price before they even start.
And while the dollar amounts can change, the principle is what matters. It's clear. They even have simple flat rate add-ons for things like after-hours service. The whole point is transparency. No surprise invoices.
That transparency and efficiency. It brings us right to Section 3, the cost-benefit analysis. This is where that aha moment really lands.
It is.
The sources draw this incredibly powerful contrast, calling the old way the towing trap.
The contrast is stark. Let's just compare the experiences. A dead EV battery, traditional roadside assistance. First, the wait time.
1 to 3 hours, maybe.
Or longer, depending on where you are. The mobile charging service guarantees arrival in 30 to 45 minutes. That alone is a massive win.
But the financial hit is where the trap really closes. What happens when that flatbed finally shows up?
Well, first, you pay for the tow itself. And towing an EV can be specialized work. It might need dollies or special training to avoid damaging the powertrain.
So it's more expensive.
Often, yeah. Typically $200 to $400 just to get it to a charger or a dealership. Then once you're at the dealer, you often get hit with a dealer charging fee.
Another $50 to $150.
Right. So the source material estimates the total direct cost, the damage, is between $300 and $600.
And that's before the hidden costs of your time. You've wasted half your day waiting for a tow, getting a ride.
Yeah.
That's lost work. It's a huge hassle.
Exactly. The human cost is often 4 to 8 hours of lost time.
Yeah.
Plus, you mentioned the risk of damage. Not every tow operator is trained on the specific needs of an EV. You could risk damage to the battery pack or even void a warranty.
So when you stack it all up,
The comparison is just undeniable.
you're swapping a 30 to 45-minute solution that costs, say, $249 for a guaranteed result.
Versus a 3 to 8 hour ordeal that might cost $400 or more, plus all the stress. The data suggests a customer saves, conservatively, $50 to $250.
But more importantly,
3 to 7 hours of their life. That is the core economic argument. It minimizes your downtime and cuts out that expensive, slow middleman, the tow truck.
and to pull this off, you have to build trust immediately,
Yeah.
especially with a new service like this.
You do. The blueprint really emphasizes professionalism. They're a licensed and insured local team, and they stress that all their equipment is professional grade, regularly serviced and certified.
They have to prove this is safer and better.
Exactly. Safer and more reliable than the generic option.
Okay, moving beyond just the crisis moment. Let's look at Section 4, broader applications and future scaling. The sources show this isn't just about highway rescues.
Right. They have 2 other service categories that really point to the future. The first is non-emergency at-home charging.
For the person who wakes up and realizes they forgot to plug in their car overnight.
Yes. Or you're just too busy. Instead of finding a public charger before work, the service comes to your home or your office and tops up the car while you just go about your day.
What's so interesting there is it requires no installation.
Zero infrastructure. It treats charging like a portable, on-demand service, not a fixed utility you have to install in your garage.
And the second category seems like the big one for scaling up. Fleet support.
This is where it becomes a vital piece of commercial logistics. For any business running a fleet of EVs delivery services, for example, they offer volume pricing and priority response.
It solves the biggest killer for commercial EV adoption.
Downtime. You can't afford to have a delivery van sit for 6 hours waiting on a tow. A 35-minute mobile charge keeps that asset on the road, making the whole fleet more viable.
So it's clear this localized model is about building a modern brand. They use modern communication, the GPS tracking, SMS updates.
And they encourage you to check their reviews on Yelp, on Trustpilot. They're active on social media like Instagram and TikTok, offering tips.
They're building a community.
They're positioning themselves as trusted experts in the whole EV ecosystem, not just an emergency number you call. It's essential when you're pioneering a new category.
So to just quickly recap the big shift here, this specialized mobile EV charging model is a unique, time-saving, and dramatically more cost-effective alternative to towing. It's tailor-made for the realities of EV ownership today, and it provides peace of mind through speed, transparency, and technical specialization.
What this Sacramento blueprint really shows us is that a guaranteed hyperlocal response that's based on specific vehicle tech, in this case, EV charging. It solves a huge pain point so efficiently that the old way just looks obsolete.
The savings in time and money are just too big to ignore.
You really are.
Which leaves us with one final provocative thought for you to consider as you think about the future of mobility.
Given the success of this hyper-localized, specialized model with its speed guarantees and transparent pricing, how soon will we expect this for everything?
What do you mean?
I mean, how soon will similar niche services defined by specific vehicle technology become the standard? If EVs need specialized rescue, will hydrogen vehicles need their own unique mobile service?
The end of the generalist tow truck.
Will we see it replaced entirely by highly specialized tech-specific rescue teams that promise speed over versatility? That's the challenge this model presents to the entire roadside assistance industry worldwide.